it became hard for me to continue praying in mosque, even in London. Therefore, I relocated. I left London with my family somewhere in North England to save myself and my family. I'm not talking about Pakistan. I'm talking about London, living among Muslims, extremists, because they cannot disclose themselves as a Zionist. I assure you, there are hundreds of Zionists we created. They're walking in the street of Pakistan, but their minds and their hearts are in Israel. Thank you very much. I'm originally from Pakistan. I born in Pakistan, I raised in Pakistan, and moved United Kingdom 17 years ago. And I'm a director and founder of Pakistan-Israel Alliance that was first ever created in the history of Pakistan and Israel. Growing up as a Muslim in Pakistan, I was taught to hate Jews and Israel and participated in anti-Israel and anti-Zionist demonstrations and Al-Quds days, even in London. It was, I will make a show because I've given only 10 minutes. It was a day in 2012 when I did criminal psychology diploma criminal psychology from Oxford. Why I study criminal psychology, I wanted to know how the criminal's mind works. Before jumping on a counter-terrorism, I wanted to know, because terrorism itself is a crime, and we, living in the United Kingdom, facing the menace of the Islamic terrorism. So I did criminal psychology from Oxford. Then I decided in 2012 to do counter-terrorism study. I had 3 institutes in my mind in 3 different countries. One is my country, United Kingdom. One was in the US. And third last option was in Israel, which was ICT. But I chose Israel. And now I'm telling that was my right decision. Now the question is this: why did I choose Israel, ICT? The very first question it was asked, one of the intelligence analysts of Israel embassy in parliament when I was attending the parliament section. So she asked me, why did you choose Israel? You're living in the UK, Pakistani Muslim. Why did you choose Israel? Why not UK, US, other countries? And the question of intelligence analyst in the Israeli embassy, I still remember that question. Now the same question I repeat here, why did I choose Israel? The answer was very simple that time in my mind. When I did research, how many times 9/11s of that type of incident happened in the United States? One of you? And how many times 7/7 bombings of that type of incident happened in the United Kingdom? 7/7s and that type of incidents, few, 5, 4, 5. How many times these type of terrorist activities happen in Israel? Almost every day, every week, and every month of the year, and it goes on and on without stopping. That was the reason I chose to study ICT, because I wanted to know the latest academic techniques about how to counter radicalization. And that's the only institute which is fighting on the daily basis with terrorists that can give me enough knowledge that I can change other extremists' minds through the education which I earned. When I completed that course, it was an online course. No master's, no graduation, no PhD, only online course. And I received, when I passed the online course, I received that certificate, signed by Professor Boyce Gaynor. That certificate might be for nothing or very minor for those students, PhD holders or masters, or pundit or experts of counter-terrorism. But this, for me, is a lot. It changed my ideology. It changed my radicalization, which was induced in me. It changed. This is a great achievement of ICT for especially those living abroad, Muslims, Pakistanis. If they do this course, I tell you one thing, half of the questions was in my mind about Israel is resolved. A result about, if you study counter-terrorism, it will result and it will come to positive. I will make it short again. So half of the questions, after completing the study, half of the question about Israel, I solved. But half of question still remain behind of the political conflict, Palestinian, Hamas, PA, Muslims. So I started further researching and studying the conflict. It was not easy for me to accept Israel as a legitimate Jewish state or the land of Zionists. So I started debating with Israelis on a social media and interacting with my Israeli colleague who is working in the London Underground. I will mention her name, Eli Baron. She educated me enough to understand this political issue. And I promised her that, Eli, you change my half of the mind. If I go ever in Israel in my life, or if I get any chance to speak, I will mention your name. She's listening because she's in Tel Aviv now. When I found out that Israel has a legal right to be existed in the world, I started supporting the Jewish land without any condition. And that was in 2014. Then suddenly the Operation Protective Edge started. And all the world, particularly the Muslim world, criticized Israel for her bombing over Gaza. It was the right time for me to stand firm with Israel because every single Muslim was in intense anger and full of hatred against a Jewish country. Social media started bombarding on Jews all over the world. And I unconditionally supported the Operation Protective Edge in the Muslims' holy month of Ramadan against the ruthless regime of Gaza and stood firm with the Jewish state of Israel. That was the most devastating month for my life. When every individual connected with me started disconnecting me. I was bullied, I was harassed, singled out, named such as infidel, blasphemer, Ahmadi, Qadiani, Mossad paid agent, Israeli puppet, etc., or even MI6 agent, MI5 agent. Whatever they had a mind, limited mind, whatever they were talking. I don't repeat the swearing word they were saying, but my own family, friends, relatives, back in my country, Pakistan left me alone. It became hard for me to continue praying in mosque, even in London. Therefore, I relocated I left London with my family somewhere in North England to save myself and my family. I'm not talking about Pakistan. I'm talking about London, living among Muslims, extremists. And these gentlemen are aware of this Islamic extremism. I'm sorry about this. A great twist came in my life in 2016, last year, when the Zionist Federation of the United Kingdom invited me in their office and granted me with an honorary membership of the organization. Few months later, the Zionist Central Council in Manchester also granted me the honorary membership of the organization. I was the first Pakistani Muslim to be officially declared Zionist. In January, I thought I should pass the education I received from the ICT, which they radicalized me. I wanted to transfer that ideology onto my people to de-radicalize them, because I know the pain I was suffered being radicalized. And my next speech, day after tomorrow, I will disclose a few things which I never disclosed in this platform to the world, from my jihadist journey to the Zionism. I started writing articles. First article I published in Jerusalem Post. And then it started publishing Times of Israel and so many Hebrew, English, Israeli, international newspapers. My interviews, my speeches, public in the UK, they were recorded. And the Israeli media started promoting me and my message by publishing my article interviews in the newspaper. And I became an icon of peace between Pakistanis and Israelis. Now, I just announced one thing. I'm the first Pakistani Zionist who is invited by ICT on this stage. And this is a great honor for me, and is a great honor for Pakistan and the entire Pakistan nation. The people in Pakistan, on the social media, they are waiting for my news. And they are really proud of me, because they cannot disclose themselves as a Zionist. I assure you, there are hundreds of Zionists we created. They're walking in the street of Pakistan, but their minds and their hearts are in Israel. Thank you very much.